just trying to figure out how to fit. And the cat tree in there. Oh, it might work. Ooh. I guess you guys can look at the. There we are. Ready to go. Oh my gosh, who's excited? Hi, sweetie pies. Oh gosh, you're both out. Good job. I know, you're really tough. You're very tough. I'm gonna miss you. But you're gonna be so happy. You're gonna be so happy. There they are. Everyone say goodbye. White bed. The cloud bed is in there. Oh, the tube bed. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Yes, okay. Good call. Good call, team. Yep. Okay. And the big cat tree has been dismantled and packed. Okay, everybody. Say goodbye. I'm going to help carry them, and then I'll come back and we can recap how amazing this is. It's so amazing. You guys are going to have so much fun. So much fun. Thank you, everybody watching, for helping make this. This is like one of the most impossible fairy tale endings. And it's possible. Did she come out? Yeah, she's out. You can hear her.
Yeah, I hear her.
So that's good. So, and then Chat was saying that this should go too. So it's a little dirty, but so you're welcome to. It does collapse though.
Oh, good.
So yeah, you're welcome to do with that as you wish. I think we can. I think I can carry these if you want to get the doors.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
Rocketing into a fun-filled adventure.
Yeah, Mayor, let's take a chance on us. Just a little recap. Look, I do have a head. So thank you guys for being a part of this. It's really amazing. And if someone had said when we first started this back in February of 2015 that we would have 16 adult feral cats adopted a year and a half later, I would have been like, seriously, you're crazy. So I hope you're as excited as I am about the things we're learning and the amazing adopters that are out there, and just seeing so many people care about feral cats is so important, because the only way we're ever going to stop cat overpopulation is if more people start valuing cats. And the least valued population of cats are feral cats. And they're also the greatest contributor to cat overpopulation. So if we can start showing people, telling the stories of these ferals, showing that they're individuals and that they have so much to give, we will start changing perceptions about feral cats. We already are. And ultimately that is going to solve cat overpopulation. When people value cats more, they will care for them more responsibly. They'll spay and neuter, and that's what we're trying to do. So, you know, it's not only about spaying and neutering the cats in this colony. It's about showing the world that these cats are worth saving and they're worthy of compassion, and they have a lot to offer, even if they're sick or, you know, broken or old, or, you know, whatever state they're in. They have a lot to offer. So, so thank you for being part of this amazing journey. It has not gone at all like I've expected it to go, and a lot of my, probably most of my assumptions were wrong, and I think it's so awesome to know that, to have learned that, and so I can't wait to see how Maralix does in a home with a wonderful human. She totally gets them. She's like, you know, totally up for what happens next, and so it's pretty exciting. So what else? Yeah, so 16 adult ferals. I'm trying to calculate the numbers of like how many we've spayed and neutered, because the TNR portion of this project we've done in partnership with LAPS. So together we've spayed and neutered, I would say, close to 200 cats and kittens. I don't know, I won't know exactly how many. We have to get our records together. And we're pretty consistently 90% spayed and neutered when we go out to the colony. So a success is considered once you hit 75%. Once you have spayed and neutered 75% of the cats in a colony, you can expect a natural decline in the population over the next 5 years. And so we've already passed that, and it's time to start transitioning. We've been slow to transition because we've gotten so attached to the cats there, but it's time to start transitioning. We have several neighbors who are going to join the feeding rotation, so that we don't have to, you know, I do 2 days a week, Kimsey does 2 days a week, Kim T does a couple days, Lori does a couple days, Gwen does a day. So, like, you know, we're going to try to get some of the neighbors into that, and then we'll still be around to help if there's an injured cat. We'll still do trapping days a couple times a year just to make sure that the new cats are getting spayed and neutered. But we need to move on to the next colony. So, yeah, so this is the first time. I was just reflecting on my way back down here. This is the first time we haven't had a feral cat at Tiny Kittens HQ since, well, I guess since Cisco, because there was a brief period where there were a couple of weeks between when Sloane went back and when Cisco came in. But that was last summer. So we haven't been without a feral cat in the house for a year, more than a year. So this is the first time, so it's probably not going to last very long. We do have our next target selected, and actually a home has been waiting for him. So that, more on that later. That's very exciting. And then Starling and Macy, I would love to bring in as soon as they're done nursing their current litters of kittens. So hopefully I can get them before they're pregnant again. But the timing is always really tricky there because we don't want to leave the kittens without their mom while we spay the moms. And so trying to time it right. So even if we miss the window, it will be the last time they are pregnant. And I think both of them have some potential. So we'll see. We've had now three of our 6 feral pregnant mamas have gotten adopted. So 50% I think that's pretty incredible that 50% of our feral mama cats have been adopted now. So that is, I have offered to take Season and Shiver, so that offer is out there. Facebook page is Maralix Take a Chance on Me. If you would like, Season and Shiver are so sweet. They are, I don't know if you remember Kestrel. When Kestrel came, she came from the side of the colony where they had actually taken them in, and so they were not feral. Season and Shiver are Kestrel's grown-up babies. We didn't know if they were pregnant, but they weren't, which was great. And so we thought they would have a better chance getting adopted at Laps because we're not a shelter, so we don't have the public coming through. So we kept Kestrel and got her adopted and sent Season and Shiver to Laps, and they got adopted, but it was to a family with kids, and it was a more active household than they were, and they had some anxiety, so they came back to Laps and have been waiting for home. They're so sweet. They're super affectionate. They're like the most affectionate cats. They're almost like Felicity, like, you know, very sweet, playful. But they do have a little bit of like anxiety and, you know, probably not great with kids. So, yeah. So, but anyway, they're lovely cats. And like all the cats that we've adopted out from the colony, they have that great personality and are awesome cats. So, Kelly's got good information about them in chat. But if you're interested, you can contact Laps. It's lapsbc.ca. You can contact them and they would be thrilled. What else? So, yeah, so that's good. And so, yeah, it's pretty exciting. I still can't believe it's still surreal that Maralix have gone home. The car ride will be a couple of hours, and then I don't know if she'll post tonight or if she'll wait till they get settled in and post. But I'm super grateful that she's doing a Facebook page because I think it's important. I think this one is a little bit different because Neelix is not in a condition that normally I would consider super adoptable. And so I'm really looking forward to see how she does and how she progresses and how quickly it happens. And I think we can still learn a lot from her. So that's pretty exciting. And you guys have been a big part of all of these adoptions and rescues and basically making it possible for us to take big risks, like taking in, you know, Sky and Cassidy and Mistletoe, cats like that, the adult cats with ringworm that, like, you know, they're not able to take at Laps. They're not able to handle they're not set up to be able to handle, you know, feral cats really at any shelter. And so, but you guys have been so supportive, and you donated when we've needed money, and really made it possible for us to take chances and take the risks and really do push the boundaries and do stuff that wouldn't be able to happen anywhere other than here. And so I'm very grateful to each of you for who has been part of this, because I've learned so much, and It's just been pretty incredible, pretty special to be a part of something so cool and that I know is having a big impact. So thank you to you for making that possible. So I remember the first conversations when I was trying to, like, we were talking to Max about trying to get a TNR program going, and just some of the conversations we had back then were so different than the conversation we would have now. So it's been pretty cool. So thank you. It's also really amazing that so many people, like there are 838 people watching. You guys have been watching an empty room for like 15 minutes and you're still watching when there were over 1,000 people watching the goodbyes. And I think it's amazing that when I first started broadcasting, the foster kittens who were not ferals, I mean, if I would bring in I remember bringing in adult cats in between my litters of kittens, and viewership would go from like, you know, a couple hundred people to like 10 people, and that was just regular friendly cats. And so going from, you know, having nobody watching even friendly adult cats to having so many people watching feral adult cats is like, and caring about what happens to them is so cool. I think that's so amazing. So again, thank you for being interested in what happens to these guys and to Sky and to so many of the others we've had. So 16 is a lot. 16 is a lot of adult feral. These are the feral cats that anywhere you read are considered difficult or impossible to socialize. And 7 of those have come in injured. They've all come in completely feral. 7 have come in injured, 3 came in pregnant, and the rest we socialized out in the field because we're there every day and we play with them and interact with them. And then once they become socialized, we bring them in. So it's been a whole variety of experiences. So what I'm going to work on now, while we're sort of, I'm going to try to take a couple of days before filling it back up again, because you know we have the usual cleaning and disinfecting to do. But I'm also trying to work on a model for evaluating a feral cat in the field, and whether there's a way to evaluate certain things and then predict how receptive they'll be to socialization, what is the best strategy for handling them, so that if you're doing a TNR project and you want to try caring for injured cats, or you want to try fostering pregnant cats, or you want to try, you know, let's say you have a great barn home for 5 cats and you don't know which 5 are the highest potential, I think it would be super helpful to be able to evaluate them and then see, you know, based on the data, this profile of cat has a 75% chance of becoming social, and this profile of cat has like a 10% chance. And I think it will help allocate resources more efficiently, and it will help us as caregivers provide more compassionate care, more appropriate care based on the needs of that individual feral. So I don't know if it's possible. I don't know how close we'll be able to get, but I think that it's pretty interesting. It's pretty fascinating. So yeah, it is definitely going to be a big challenge, but I think I've figured out a way to I think I figured out a way to democratize it to the point where you know, kind of what happens in between is not as much of a factor. Um, so I think I've been working on it for the last week or so, and I think I've sort of figure out maybe how to do it. So now what I need to do is build a database and start putting in data and see if the data supports my hypothesis. So I'm going to be working on that, you know, in the next couple of days, but probably longer than that. So yeah, once I figure it out and I have something, um, I have something sort of concrete and repeatable, then I will definitely post it. And I'm going to try to make it available to other TNR groups. So, but that's going to be a lot of work. But I think the first step is just proving that the model works. It is building the model and then proving that it works or has some potential for working. But I think it can really, like something like that would be really, really helpful. So, anywho, we will see. We will see. So, yeah, so I think that's a good point that probably most or all shelters have a lot of significant resource constraints, and they have big, you know, established organizations, and they don't have the flexibility to do this kind of thing. And so I think that's where Tiny Kittens has an important role that is sort of missing from the rescue community right now. And that's that we have you guys, we have a great community, we have a big audience, and we can test boundaries and do things differently and take risks, and then figure out what works and what doesn't work. And then other shelters will have a case. They'll be able to make a case for trying things because we'll have done the groundwork and sort of figured out the best way to do it and have some successful outcomes. And then it makes it easier for others to get support to try it in their shelters. And at the end of the day, we're not doing anything super expensive or you know, it's not anything that a shelter couldn't do if that was a priority for them. So I think that's an important role that we play in all of this that traditional shelters aren't able to do, but we are, and we're, I think, getting pretty good at it. So I'm excited about it. So we'll see. So much talking, I know. So what else? I think that's it. So Cassidy's doing great. In case you don't know, he has a Facebook page at Tiny Tuxies. So facebook.com/Tiny Tuxies. And I post lots of videos and stuff there. We're still waiting I haven't gotten an update from Dr. Marcellin Little out at NC State. It's been summer break, so I'm hoping that we get back going again soon, but we're sort of just waiting, keeping Cassidy from doing anything to his stumps. So, and he definitely tries. He's a little handful, but he's very happy. He's doing well. He's been healthy. So, that's a good point. Actually, if you look on Alley Cat Allies, in their materials, they have done a lot of research, and they say that the euthanasia rate for feral cats that are admitted into shelters is almost 100%. And that's one of the, I think part of the reason that it's hard to get volunteers to do TNR stuff, and volunteers burn out, and there's something called compassion fatigue, which is it's almost like post-traumatic stress. Because TNR is so, you have to make so many hard decisions. There's so much euthanasia. There's so much, that you can't do. And I think that people burn out, and it's not glamorous, and it's heartbreaking. There's so much heartbreak, and people get so much compassion fatigue, and you can't operate in that mode for long periods of time without really risking your psychological well-being. And so I think that by showing that there are alternatives to euthanasia for feral cats, even if we don't have the resources to save all of them, we can at least identify some that have high potential, and we can say, here's what you can try with them. You don't have to euthanize, you have another option. And I think that we will be able to get more, I'm saying like global, we would be able to get more volunteers involved. There are people out there who would foster an injured feral cat if there was a way to do it reasonably safely, if they had like a training that they could follow to do it safely. So I think, anyway, I got distracted because I was talking about cats again, but I think it's all related, this whole feral cat thing. So we need to go from euthanizing almost 100% of feral cats to knowing that there are viable alternatives to euthanasia, knowing that feral cats are happy and healthy in their colonies, and that euthanasia is not a better option than just leaving them in a colony, in most cases. And I mean, there's a lot of work to be done, but I think that we're starting to do it. And I know that there are some other great groups out there who are also doing it. Project Bay Cats is doing it. Bokra here in Vancouver does some fostering of pregnant ferals. And so I think we're slowly starting to get there, but we still have a lot of work to do. And we need to find more homes. So it's a tall order. So get on it. Just kidding. You guys have already gotten on it. You guys get it. I'm like preaching to the choir. So, yes, we save the ones we can, but sometimes it's overwhelming how many we can't save. But I do think that we can save more. So I know, and you guys do pass it on. You guys are magnifying, you're amplifying the message. That's what we need to do. So good job, team. Good job, Tiny Village, and thank you for making all of this possible. It's overwhelming. I still can't believe that Maralix are on their way home. It's so awesome. And thanks, I don't know if Marlene's in chat right now, but thank you, Marlene, for being willing to take them. And thanks to Pilots and Paws for trying to help us get them out to Winnipeg. This has worked out so perfectly. So, all right, good job, everybody. Thank you to the snugglers and to the field team who have put in so much time and effort. It definitely takes a village, and we have a really good one. We're lucky, very lucky. So anyway, who knows what tomorrow will bring, but today has brought some good fairy tale endings, feral fairy tale endings. So you guys I'll post this video below so that if anyone has missed it, you can scroll down and see from the beginning. I did get some good pets from Neelix before she left, which was nice. And yeah, so I'll post this below so you guys can watch it. I think that's it. And so the Felicity cam is still on. So it's I haven't had, I don't think I've ever had a mom with two kittens, and it's been, I've not just had one for, it's been like years. So it's been a long time. So that's why I'm going to try to use the time to work on this model and get some cleaning done and catch up. And I don't think we'll be feral free for long. We're just waiting on a ringworm test before the next one comes in. And there'll be more on that later. So yes. So so thank you, and I'm gonna turn this one off, and I'm gonna post it below, and you guys can watch it if you missed it, and then you can tune into the Felicity Cam or VIP, and thank you again, and thank you. Here, let's watch this one more time, and then I'll turn it off.